Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Srila Sanatana Goswami, a beloved associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was the chief minister of a Muslim king called Nawab Hussain Shah. Sanatana Goswami was an erudite scholar. He had learned, of course, he's an eternal associate of Radha and Krishna. In Goloka Vrindavan, he serves as a maidservant of Radha and Krishna, and he appeared in this world in a male form. In Goloka Vrindavan, he's in a feminine form as a maidservant, as a gopi. But in this world, he appeared in a male form as the chief minister of the Nawab. And Sanatana Goswami, although born in a Gaur Saraswat Brahmin family from southern part of India, from Karnataka, he was a Kannadiga. So was his brother Rupa Goswami, and so was their brother's son Shiva Goswami. So 3 out of 6 Goswamis were from Karnataka. Quite an interesting fact. And the 4th was Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who was a Tamil Nadu Brahmana. He was a Tamil speaker. So 4 out of 6. And the 5th was Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, who was from the northern part of India. He was from Uttar Pradesh. And the 6th one is Raghunath Das Goswami. He was the only Bengali out of the 6 Gaudiya, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, 6 Gaudiya followers of Mahaprabhu. Srila Sanatana Goswami, although being a Brahmana by birth, by the social pressure of how much atrocities were performed against the Sanatanis, the Hindus at that point, by the king, his heart was melting in compassion. The Nawab said, I want you to become my chief minister. And if you do that, he said, if you become my chief minister, then I promise I will protect all the Hindus. If you don't, I will kill the Hindus, murder the cows, and set the house of Brahmanas on fire. I will break temples and deities and burn the sacred books. Oh, Sanatan, now it's your call. Either you can give up your Brahminical background and serve me and protect the society, or you can be as you are, and in front of your eyes, you will see the whole generation being massacred. There will be a bloodshed. So Sanatana Goswami, out of unending compassion, he accepted the Muslim way of life. Not that he became a Muslim. He was still as he was, but because he was serving the king, now he had a beard without a mustache. And he was also given a perverted reflection diksha, which means he was given a name by the king. Just like in the spiritual circle, you get a name by the spiritual master. There he received a name from the king. And his birth name was Santosh. But Santosh became Sakar Malik, later to become Sanatan Goswami. So this Srila Sanatan Goswami was such an erudite scholar. He had so many shastras on the tip of his tongue. He was the author of so many books. In fact, Srila Sanatan Goswami became one of the leading exalted commentators to Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Sanatan Goswami's body his second expansion. How beautiful. Sanatan Goswami's body was so dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, your body is not your property, it's my property. This is Srila Sanatan Goswami. So Srila Sanatan Goswami, while serving the king also, it's described, he knew many, many languages, like Arabic, like Persian, like Urdu, Sanskrit, Bengali, Brajboli, so many languages he spoke. Apart from that, as he was serving the king, it is described when Sanatan Goswami would sit in his royal court as the chief minister of the king, it would look as if it was Indra sitting in his royal court, with so many people, so many ministers bowing their head at his feet. And his brother, who's also an eternal associate, Rupa Goswami, he was given the name Amar. In fact, his birth name was Amar. He was given the name Dabir Khas. So his brother Rupa Goswami and himself, Sanatan Goswami, both of them, while being Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, as the two eyes of Nawab Hussain Shah, Sanatan Goswami being the chief minister and Rupa Goswami being the finance minister, both of them would burn in their heart in separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They would think, Radha and Kṛṣṇa in one form have come in this world once in more than 5 billion earthly years. According to the calculation, we won't get into it right now, but more than 5 billion earthly years, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in this world. And when he comes in this world, he's only there for 48 years. And at that time, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, instead of running and being with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're serving a Muslim king. So they're burning in their heart. They are feeling, what are we doing? We are at the right time, but in the wrong place. We wish we could just give up what we are doing. And anyway, we are serving. We are servants, humbly surrendering. Instead of serving the Muslim king, let's surrender to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as their separation bubble was just expanding with time, their anticipation bubble, their greed bubble were all almost on the edge of popping and bursting. They couldn't take it anymore. And they felt like running away and meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Finally, after many turn of events, both of them surrendered. They met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ramakeli, and they surrendered their lives at the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu said, Prabhu kahe Sanatan Rupa jao Vrindavan. Oh, Rupa and Sanatan, I instruct you, said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, both of you please go to Vrindavan. And that's what they wanted, to go to Vrindavan and go from place to place crying out the names of Radha and Kṛṣṇa. That is the aim of our life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, when he was a child, he was 12 years old, and he had an older brother. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was gifted a Srimad Bhagavatam by his older brother. And Vishwanath Chakravarti would try to read chapter after chapter after chapter. And once he finished the 12 cantos as a child, he came to his older brother and said, I finished the book that you gave me. And the older brother said, now what do you want? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, can I get another book? So the older brother said, first you have to tell me what is the essence of the first book that you read, Srimad Bhagavatam. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he scratched his forehead and he said, I don't know what's the essence. There are 18,000 verses that I read, but I don't know what's the synopsis. The older brother said, I'll give you one more year, 12 months. Go read the 12 cantos again and come. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur went, read through the 12 cantos again, and he came back. And his older brother asked him, what's the essence? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, the essence of studying Srimad Bhagavatam is to run to Vrindavan and never return. His older brother said, very good. You have got the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Your greed and your thirst to find Radha and Krishna in the land of Vrindavan has manifested by studying our Srimad Bhagavatam. This is wonderful. Little did the world know that this Vishwanath Chakravarti later will become one of the leading, most juiciest commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam with the Sarartha Darshini Tika, which His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj has translated so lovingly, and now everywhere in ISKCON, everyone's having a Sarartha Darshini. Everyone with a Bhakti Vaibhav is Vishwanath Chakravarti commentary. But how Vishwanath Chakravarti came up to the commentary is in itself a story, right? So the point is, Rupa and Sanatan Goswami developed so much love for Vrindavan. They already are eternal associates of Vrindavan. But while being in this world, they manifested such unending pangs of separation. Now, when we go to Vrindavan, we do a parikrama around Vrindavan, we do a parikrama around Govardhan, we do a parikrama around Radhakund, we do a parikrama around Barsana. But we do it as a duty. Okay, I have to circumambulate Vrindavan, I have to circumambulate Govardhan. But Rupa and Sanatan, they weren't circumambulating for the sake of circumambulating. They would go to Yamuna. And they would try calling out the names of Radha and Krishna on the banks of the holy river Yamuna. Hey Radhe! Hey Krishna! Hey Radhe! So they would call out. And in Vrindavan, it would echo. From the caves, from the forests. Putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedu tam sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. They would call out to the names of Radha and Krishna and weep and fall to the ground, rolling in the dust. Oh Radharani, oh Shamsundar, oh Krishna, where are you? And then Krishna would reveal to Rupa Goswami in the heart, hey, I am at Govardhan. And Rupa and Sanatan would run to Govardhan to find Radha and Krishna. And now they would go from one cave to another, from one spot to another at Govardhan. Hey Radhe! Hey Krishna! They would call out. And then, when they wouldn't find Radha and Krishna at Govardhan, they would fall down to the ground crying and weeping. And then Krishna would reveal in his heart, oh, I am actually at Gokul Mahavan. And they would run to Gokul Mahavan. Hey Radhe! Hey Krishna! And in this way, they went around doing parikrama all around Vrindavan. It wasn't a checklist on their to-do list. When I come to Vrindavan, I need to do a parikrama. It was their greed to find the Supreme Lord, which was taking them from one place to another. The body was actually doing what the heart was searching for. Please, everyone repeat. Energy flows where intent goes. Energy flows where intent goes. If our intention, if our aim, our goal is fixed, then we will see all our energy flows in that direction. Dear devotees, feeling this desire to find the Supreme Lord in our life is the root of all spiritual success. Very important. You will find in the life of Srila Sanatan Goswami, one evening, as Srila Sanatan Goswami was sitting on the banks of the Jamuna, one interesting Brahmana comes to him. Very famous story that Srila Prabhupada narrates. I happened to hear it from Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj. And then I heard it from Prabhupada's tapes. Srila Sanatan Goswami was sitting on the banks of the Jamuna. And one fine day, a Brahmana came to him. And the Brahmana came and said, oh dear Baba, are you Sanatan Goswami? Sanatan Goswami said, yes, this is your servant. How can I serve you? The Brahmana said, I am from Kashi. And I have a daughter to get married of, but I don't have the money. So I prayed to Lord Shiva, who is the Lord of Kashi. And he said, there is a very wealthy person in Vrindavan. His name is Sanatan Goswami. Go and beg as much money as possible from him, and he will give you as much wealth as you want. So the Brahmana came to Sanatan Goswami. Said, can you give me wealth? Sanatan Goswami looked at him. He said, at one point, I used to be the chief minister of the Nawab, and I had a lot of gold coins. But I escaped from there out of my desire to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who instructed me to come to Vrindavan. And now when I am in Vrindavan, look at what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing a loincloth. And what do I eat? I beg from door to door, and whatever I get, sometimes it's chana, sometimes peanuts, sometimes groundnuts, sometimes cashew nut. And sometimes it's just flour with little salt. Sometimes it's just water from the Jamuna. I have no palace. I have no home. I live in a small hut. I have nothing to eat and nothing to wear. What wealth can I give you? I'm a poverty-stricken beggar. The Brahmana said, but Lord Shiva cannot speak false. He's saying you're a wealthy person, which means you have a lot of wealth. Sanatan Goswami said, I don't have. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Yes, I have wealth. I do have wealth. Yeah, somehow I forgot about it. I do have some wealth. The Brahmana said, what wealth do you have? Sanatan Goswami said, I actually have a touchstone. It's a touchstone in such a way, you take that and you touch whatever object you want, and that object will turn into gold. You have a touchstone? Sanatan Goswami said, yes. Can I have it? Said the Brahmana. Yes, you can. Where is it? Somewhere on the banks of the Jamuna. I threw it away. You threw it away? Do you know where it is? Well, I kept it somewhere on the banks of the holy river Yamuna. I don't know. If you can search and find it, it's yours. The Brahmana went running and he found the touchstone. You see, energy flows where intent goes. So he found the touchstone. I can touch whatever I want with this and it's all going to turn gold. He came and asked Sanatan Goswami, you don't want this? He said, no, I don't want it. Okay, if you don't want it, you could have thrown it into the waters of the Jamuna. Why did you throw it on the banks? Sanatan Goswami said, if I threw it into the Jamuna, I don't have it and nobody else gets it. But if I keep it on the banks, I don't need it, but somebody like you who wants it can take it. So even in the disposal of a touchstone, Sanatan Goswami was thinking of Vaishnav Seva, how it can serve others. So the Brahmana was just exhilarated. He said, can I take this with me? Sanatan Goswami said, sure, it's yours. Take it. No harm. Take it. The Brahmana so happily put it in his bag, which turned gold. And he started walking towards Kashi. And midway, he realized, wait a minute, if someone is ready to give a donation of a touchstone, imagine how much wealth he's secretly storing. You know, you can give a charity of $10,000 when you're making much more than that. Not when you're having $100, you can give a charity of 10,000, right? Or if you're having 10,000, you can give 10,000. You have to have something much more. So he returned back to Sanatan Goswami. He said, is it true that you're having a bigger touchstone and that's why you've disposed of this touchstone? Sanatan Goswami said, good intelligence. Yes, that's true. The Brahmana said, can I have that touchstone? Sanatan Goswami said, sure. The Brahmana said, what is the price to get that touchstone? Sanatan Goswami said, Kṛṣṇa bhakti rasa bhavita mati kiyetam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam koti janma sukritirna labhyate. The only price to get that touchstone is the desire to possess it. You have that greed, you want it, so be it. I'm ready to give it to you. The Brahmana said, nice, I have this here and I can have one more. So, okay, let's have it. Sanatan Goswami said, the rule to have that touchstone is first you have to throw this touchstone back to the banks of the Jamuna. Go and put this touchstone to the same place where you got it from. Then you come back and I'll give you the higher touchstone. He went and threw the touchstone and he came back and he asked Sanatan Goswami, what is the higher touchstone? Sanatan Goswami said, to feel loving separation from God is a higher touchstone of the heart. What is the use of the touchstone which only makes objects into gold? The greater touchstone is when the heart is feeling separation from God because of possessing love. Sanatana Goswami told the Brahmana, this human form is benedicted by the Supreme Lord so that one can love him in separation. Even in this world, when we are separated from someone whom we love, oh, the heart feels so much pain. There's sweet remembrance in that separation pain. But there is a difference in feeling separation from someone in this world and feeling separation from Kṛṣṇa. And the difference is when we feel separation from someone in this world, we feel separation, but they don't know and experience what separation we are feeling in our heart. Let's say if I lose my grandfather, whom I've actually lost. So he is departed 2 years ago. So if I feel separation from him, I may shed tears and I may feel some separation because of love, but he's in a different body and he's not going to realize what I am feeling. So it's kind of one-sided. But when we feel separation from Kṛṣṇa, Krishna's right there in the heart, feeling that separation the devotee feels for him. So this is the best feeling of loving separation, not one-sided, but reciprocal. Everyone in this world wants to fall in love. Everyone likes to be with people whom they love. And everyone feels separation from those they love. But the ultimate zenith, the pinnacle of this feeling is when we can feel this for God. Not just thinking that he's sitting up there to punish me and throw me into hell. He's not that person who's sadistic, who finds joy in my suffering. He is a person with a heart. It's not that Kṛṣṇa has a heart. He is a heartbeat all in itself. He's beating from head to toe. We have a heart somewhere here, and then in that heart we have little space for God. But Kṛṣṇa, from head to toe, he is a heartbeat in the life of a devotee. Sanatana Goswami taught the Brahmana the same thing that Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami have experientially realized. When they left the Nawab, it was loving pangs of separation that got them to Vrindavan. Sanatana Goswami told the Brahmana, oh dear Brahmana, what can a touchstone of this world do? It is lifeless and it can solve your problems up to death. Nothing beyond that. But however, if you can love God with all your heart and feel loving separation from him and serve and call out his names in that affection, then you can completely control the creator of the whole creation. That's all God wants. Kṛṣṇa just wants your service, which is filled with loving separation. Not just love, but love in separation. Oh Kṛṣṇa, oh when will that day be mine, when I can actually see you, when I can actually feel your embrace and hear your flute sound and smell the aromatic fragrance of your transcendental body. When will that day be mine? Same madana mohana sakitanoti karanaspruham. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would hear the flute sound of Kṛṣṇa in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it is described. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be at the Gambhira, which is the most concentrated place of rasa in the whole creation, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt so much separation from Kṛṣṇa in the mood of Radharani. There he would be locked with 3 doors, bolted and locked so that he doesn't leave. And in the middle of the night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would find himself breaking through all these 3 doors, running to hear Kṛṣṇa's flute sound. Mahaprabhu would hear the sound of Kṛṣṇa's flute and he would smell the fragrance of Kṛṣṇa's body. Not hallucination, but real substance because of devotional greed. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would break through all obstacles. Just like Srimati Radharani would break through all obstacles and run to Kṛṣṇa in the middle of the Rasa Leela. in that mood in the middle of the night, on the banks, not of Jamuna, but on the banks of the ocean in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, would break through all obstacles and run to find Krishna in the gardens of Jagannath Puri. And through his eyes, he would see the threefold bending form, and through the nose, he would smell the beautiful form of Krishna, who's decorated with so many beautiful forest flower garlands. And through his ears, he would hear the ankle bells of Krishna. He would hear the flute sound of Krishna. And at the same time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would run to embrace Krishna to his chest. His tongue would be chanting Krishna's names, and suddenly Krishna would disappear. And Mahaprabhu would cry, beating his chest, "Oh, where is my Krishna? I just found him, but I lost him again." Dear devotees, this feeling cannot be experienced by any other living entity. But we can hear about this to find a goalpost. You can't play soccer without a goalpost, right? Can you play soccer without a goalpost? Just running with a ball, don't know where to go? We can't. Similarly, we can't perform bhakti without a goalpost. We're just chanting, reading, hearing, coming to the program, chanting, hearing, serving. Yes, that's like dribbling the ball. But the goalpost, one fine day, is to feel loving separation from Krishna, where nothing of this world, neither the happiness of this world, nor the sorrow of this world, neither the success of this world, nor the failure of this world, neither the friends of this world, nor the enemies of this world, none of them matter. What matters is, I wish I can just find my Lord. That's all that I want. Imagine a mother's predicament, situation of life when she, let's say, can't find her child in a shopping mall. Srila Sanatana Goswami told the Brahmana, through his personal experience and also through the lives of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's experience, that, oh Brahmana, if you really want a touchstone, then develop the touchstone of Krishna Prema in your heart, which shines like a crystal, multicolored, with so much flavor, sometimes in meeting Krishna and sometimes in separation from Krishna. And when someone has Krishna Prema in their heart, love for Krishna, which is the ultimate goalpost for our life. Who says that? I don't say that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesha Tanayastad Dhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kajid Upasana Vrajavadum Varghena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amala Prema Pumartho Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam Tatradharana Paraha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said the aim of our life, each one of our lives, not my life, not your life, each one of our lives. What is it? It is not Krishna. It is not Radha. It is not Radha and Krishna. It is love for Radha and Krishna. What is the use if you get Krishna, but you have no love for him? Our vision will be like Shishupal. Shishupal saw Krishna. He had Krishna, but he didn't have love for Krishna. Therefore, he criticized Krishna. Our situation will be like Kamsa. He had Krishna, but he had no love for Krishna. Our situation will be like Ravana. He saw Ramachandra, but he didn't see Ramachandra like how Shabari saw Ramachandra, like how Hanuman saw Ramachandra, like how Vibhishan saw Ramachandra. Because it's not that he didn't have Ram, he didn't have love for Ram. So everyone in one voice, the aim of our life is love for Radha and Krishna, which means Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema. This is the aim of our life. Even in the middle of the night, if someone jumps onto your chest and wakes you up and says, what is the purpose of your life? We will say, Braje Radha Krishna Seva Pabo E Abhilashi. This is the aim of my life, to develop love for Radha and Krishna and to serve them unconditionally, eternal time, expecting nothing in return. This is the aim of our life. Absolute aim. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Prem Bhakti Chandrika. So that's a very beautiful book by Narottam Das Thakur. So I got reminded, in that book, Narottam Das Thakur says, we should have love for God like how the fish loves its waters. Jala binu jano meen Dukkha paye ayuhin. Narottam Das Thakur says, let us love God like how the fish loves the water. What does that mean? The fish doesn't want a business class ticket. The fish doesn't want a 9-course meal. The fish doesn't want a Nobel Prize. The fish doesn't want to become the first billionaire. The fish just wants water. As difficult and as simple as it sounds. It loves to swim in the water. And when it's in the water, it's happy with the water. And when it's out of the water, it's ready to flip and flap and even die, but not live without water. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked by Swarup Damodar Goswami, "Oh Mahaprabhu, you have so much love in your heart." Mahaprabhu said, "I don't even have the fragrance of love in my heart. What to speak of love of Godhead? I don't even have the fragrance." Swarup Damodar Goswami said, "How can you say that?" Mahaprabhu said, "I am like the golden fish. And Shama Sundar is like the blue waters. Look, I cannot die in separation, like how the fish can die in separation from water. I continue to live without Krishna." What kind of love is that? This was the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Narottam Das Thakur gives one more example. You see the life of a firefly? Have you seen fireflies? They are so attracted by the flames, the jumping flames of the fire. They go straight and they get burnt and they fall on the other side. Now, they have seen their predecessors, their parents, their grandparent fireflies, all do the same. But still, they feel, well, these sparks, jumping flames of fire are so exciting. I want to experience it once. And while this firefly dies in the fire, the next firefly sees this and sees, oh, he went through, he died. My father went through, he died. My grandfather went through, he died. In the history of firefly, all my 7 generations, they've all died through that fire. But still the greed in the heart of the firefly is so much. Even if I die, it's okay. I just want to touch fire once. Narottam Das Thakur says, let that desire come in our heart. What does that mean? Ashlishyava padaratam pinashtumam adarshanan marmahatam karotuva yatha tathava vidadhatu lampato mat prananatastu sa evana para. Oh Kṛṣṇa, Radharani is speaking. Oh Kṛṣṇa, when I'm calling out to you, may you not come before me, no harm. Or may you come before me and embrace me lovingly, no harm. Or you can appear before me and to make me even more broken-hearted, you can take another gopi with you, no harm. Oh Kṛṣṇa, you do whatever pleases you. But one thing is for sure, I will never forget you. This form of unconditional surrender is the spirit of the firefly. The devotee says, my Lord, mama janmani janmani ishware bhavatat bhakti rahaitu ki tvai. Kshauni patitvam athava ekam akinchanatvam nityam dadasi bahumanam athapamanam vaikunthavasam athava narake nivasam ha vasudeva mamanasti twadgatir anya. The Acharya says, either you make me a king or you make me a poverty-stricken beggar, my Lord, no harm. You make me very famous or you make me ill-famed, no harm. You keep me in Vaikuntha or you throw me into hell, my Lord, no harm. One thing is for sure, you have these 2 options. I have only one option. Wherever you keep me, in your desire, I am happy. Can we imagine most of our life problems will be dissolved if this mentality is accepted? When material desires are there, we try to twist Krishna's arm in he fulfilling our desire. And that's where the problem begins. But Narottam Das Thakur says, may we have loving separation from Krishna, like how the fish loves the water or how the firefly loves the fire. Another example given. is that of the bumblebee with the lotus flower. Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, the bumblebee or the honeybee is busy drinking the nectar from the whorl of a lotus flower. Rupa Goswami says, Manamanasa madhukaram arpaya nijapada pankaja makarande Kṛṣṇa deva bhavantam vande. Rupa Goswami Pad says, the same thing that Narottam Das Thakur is repeating actually. What is Rupa Goswami Pad saying? My Lord, your feet is lotus feet. Correct? What is Krishna's feet? Lotus feet. One time Srila Radhanath Maharaj was with Jananivas Prabhu. And Maharaj said, please give me the nectar of your lotus feet. Jananivas Prabhu said, I don't have lotus feet. I have cactus feet. Radhanath Maharaj said, then please give me little aloe vera from your cactus feet. Rupa Goswami Pad says, my Lord, your feet are lotus feet, and my mind is a restless honeybee. May the honeybee of my mind get attracted to the lotus of your feet. That's all that I want. Tena me Kṛṣṇa padabje mana sandhir vidhiyatam. Srila Jiva Goswami has written a book called Sri Harinamamrita Vyakaranam on Sanskrit grammar. I just want to make a point, and then we're talking about the bumblebee and the lotus. Okay, so we'll come back. Srila Jiva Goswami is teaching the concept of sandhi. So sandhi is a concept of combination. You know, like for example, Maha plus Utsava becomes Mahotsava. That's right. So similarly, you can find Kṛṣṇa plus Arjuna, Kṛṣṇa Arjuna. So that means a combination, right, of syllables. Jiva Goswami, while teaching Sanskrit grammar, he says, Tena me Kṛṣṇa padabje mana sandhir vidhiyatam. My desire in teaching sandhi, Jiva Goswami writes, is so that my mind can have sandhi with the lotus feet of Krishna. Which means may the honeybee of my mind get attracted to the nectar of Krishna's feet. The same thing. Tena me Kṛṣṇa padabje mana sandhir vidhiyatam. How great is Srila Jiva Goswami? While teaching the combination of syllables, he says, may my mind combine with the lotus of your feet. So now, Narottam Das Thakur says that just like a honeybee gets attracted to the lotus flower, and what does it do? From sunrise to sunset, it sucks on the honey in the central whorl of the lotus flower, and at sunset, the lotus closes. And when the lotus closes, the honeybee has an option. Hey, just fly away, then you'll be alive. Or be trapped in that lotus at the risk of death, but at least you get some nectar to drink, right? The honeybee loves the honey so much that instead of flying away and coming the next day to drink nectar, in that way you still get the nectar and be alive, it can see the separation from that nectar. It is ready to be trapped in the lotus flower drinking honey and ready to die at sunset, to be found dead in the whorl of the lotus next morning, but found in the honey pond of the nectar of that lotus. Narottam Das Thakur says, may our life be such that we as honeybees are found in the honey pond of Krishna's lotus feet. This is Narottam Das Thakur. Another example. Narottam Das Thakur says, may our love for Krishna be like the love a chaste woman has for her husband. The example given is Atri and Anasuya. There's a very historical story of how Anasuya, a very saintly woman, loved her husband so much. Atri was the husband and Anasuya was the wife. She was so chaste that one day Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, the Dattatreya, the combination of three lords, they appeared as Atri and they approached Anasuya. Anasuya, on the power of her chastity, she could look through the disguise. And she said, Oh, you are the controllers of the three worlds and you have appeared as my husband. Well, you can be close to me, but not as my husband. She took some sacred water and sprinkled on them and made them into babies. And said, you can approach me like how the child approaches the mother. And she put them on her lap. But not like how my husband approaches me. Narottam Das Thakur quotes this example to say, my Lord, even if material things in my life come disguised as spiritual things, may I have so much love for you, like how Anasuya has for Atri. May I have love only for you and nothing else. Those who love God, they love everyone because they see everyone as part and parcel of the same God. They don't say, oh, I am Indian, I am American, I am Australian, I'm European. There's no quote unquote patriotism. There's transcendental love for God. And because that same God, Kṛṣṇa, is living in the heart of everyone, irrespective of what their caste and creed and nationality and age and background is, they lovingly serve everyone, seeing all directions and all personalities to be the servants of the same God. Dear devotees, this is the goalpost of our life. Please write in golden alphabets in your heart that this human form is to unlock that treasure chest of Kṛṣṇa Prema in one life. This is the aim of our life. This is the aim of our life. There is no other aim. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would say, we have not come in this world to become engineers, doctors. We have come in this world to become the order carriers of Chaitanya Dev. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dear devotees, I just want to say two stories and then we will pause for the day and then we will take some questions and reflections on the same theme that we are discussing. We spoke about Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. Just want to touch a little bit of Raghunath Das Goswami also. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he lived at Govardhan in a special place called Radha Kund. So there are three names. Please repeat. Vrindavan, Govardhan, Radha Kund. So Raghunath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan, but then he went to the hill called Govardhan and finally settled in the beautiful pond of Radharani's bathing place. That's called Radha Kund. And he would bathe in Radha Kund, he would circumambulate Govardhan, and he would cry in the forests of Vrindavan. This was the life of Raghunath Das Goswami. And how loudly he will call out, Radhe! Kṛṣṇa! He would call out very loudly. How many hours a day? 22.5 hours a day. Chappan danda ratri dine, jane na Radha Govinda bine, chari dandi shuti thake, swapne Radha Govinda dekhe. Very sweet Bengali. 22.5 hours he would call out to Radha and Kṛṣṇa with open eyes, running tears. And for 1.5 hours he would go to sleep. Not during the day. We sleep 1.5 hours in the afternoon. No, in 25. His night sleep was 1.5 hours, right? And when he used to be asleep for 1.5 hours, at that time, Swapne Radha Govinda dekhe. He would see Kṛṣṇa 22.5 hours with open eyes, crying and weeping, calling out to them. And now in 1.5 hours, when he was asleep, he would see them in his dream. That Raghunath Das Goswami called out so loudly that other sadhus in the area, they would pray to Radha and Kṛṣṇa, you please give him darshan. This Baba is calling out so loudly, we are all praying not for ourselves. You please come to him. Because he's crying, we are afraid he will die in separation. So much feeling. So Raghunath Das Goswami, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed, he felt so much separation from Mahaprabhu that he decided to climb up Govardhan and jump from there and commit suicide. That same Govardhan and that same Radha Kund, which were the source of joy for him, Raghunath Das Goswami would cry so loudly, Shunyayate Mahagoshtham Girindram Ajgarayate Vyagratundayate Kundam Jivatu rahitasya me. Shunyayate mahagoshtam. That same forest of Vrindavan which meant life for him, Shunyayate, now was vacant and Shunyayate. It felt as if it was void without Mahaprabhu. And Girindro Ajgarayate. And the same Govardhan, which was so beautiful during the presence of Mahaprabhu, now Ajgarayate. It felt like a big dark snake coiled up to strangulate him. And that same pond of Radhakund, which was the source of joy, Vyagra Tundayate Kundam. That Kunda was like the open gaping mouth of a tigress. Jivatu rahitasya me. Without Mahaprabhu. Raghunath Das Goswami felt so much loving separation that he would cry loudly. Shunyayate mahagoshtam. Mahaprabhu writes, Raghunath Das Goswami writes, what has happened to this Vrindavan? It has become lifeless. What has happened to this Govardhan? It looks like a snake, meaningless to me. What has happened to the pond of Radhakund? It's like the wide gaping mouth of a tigress. Without the Lord, in separation, loving separation, Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahename. Here the devotees feeling separation from Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das Goswami, and there Mahaprabhu is feeling separation from Krishna. This is the path of feeling separation. One time one person came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I'm chanting Hare Krishna and I can see red light here. I can see red light. She was from a yoga studio and she felt seeing a red light on the forehead meant a lot. So when she told Prabhupada, I can see red light, she expected Prabhupada will say, very good, you're a very great saint. The purpose of our life is to see red light here. But when she said that Prabhupada, I am chanting and I can see red light in my forehead, Prabhupada said, continue to chant, it will go away. Keep chanting, it will go away. Another time, one lady came and told Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Krishna comes every night in my dream. And every night he gives me darshan. And when I wake up, then I'm here. At night, again, Krishna gives me darshan. So Prabhupada gave her a barfi and said, I will see you in the evening. And after she left, Prabhupada told his servant, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami are crying, Hey Radhe, Brajadevi, Kecha, Lalite, Hey Nandasuna, Kuta, oh Krishna, where are you? And this Mataji is saying every night in her dream, Krishna gives darshan. Prabhupada said, our path is not to say, I have found God, but our path is to humble ourselves and feel, how can I find Krishna? And finally, to conclude, dear devotees, Makar Sankranti is the day our Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu took sannyas. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas, he left behind his 16-year-old wife. And she lived another 80 years in loving separation from him. Vishnupriya Devi, nobody speaks about her life, but her life was full of loving separation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had devotees, he could do kirtan day and night, but Vishnupriya had nobody. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had Jagannath temple. Vishnupriya didn't have a Jagannath temple. She made a deity of Mahaprabhu with her own hands called Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. And it is interesting. It is interesting. In Treta Yuga, Sri Ramachandra felt separation from his wife. And in Kali Yuga, Vishnupriya Devi, the wife, felt separation from the master, from the husband. And in Treta Yuga, Ramachandra made a golden deity of Sita. And here, Sita in the form of Vishnupriya Devi made a golden deity of Mahaprabhu as Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. And in separation, it is described, she had become so thin, she would sleep off the floor. She would have clothes which were very simple. Her hair was disheveled. And how austere was she? From morning 3 o'clock till noon, she would chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And as she would chant, it is described with every name that she would chant, she would keep 1 grain of rice aside. And from 3 a.m. till 12 noon, 9 hours of chanting, whatever rice she could collect by her chanting is all that she would cook and offer it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And from that, 50% she gave in charity. And the remaining 50% she accepted as the only meal of her day. If we were supposed to have prasadam on the basis of the quality of our chanting, we would have died long ago because of malnutrition. But Vishnupriya Devi would chant. And in Bengali, it is so beautiful. Please repeat after me. Harinama Sankhya Tandula Karai. Tandula Karai means she would have rice in her palms. So Harinama Sankhya Tandula Karai. Sei Tandul Paka Kari Prabhu ke arpaye. Tahara Kinjin Matra Karaye Bhakshan Janiye Jeno Keno Rakhaye Jivan. Harinama Sankhya Tandula Karai Sei Tandul Paka Kari Prabhu ke arpaye. Tahara Kinjin Matra Kariya Bhakshan Janiye Jeno Keno Rakhaye Jivan. The Acharya writes, she would chant the holy name and collect rice, and only that much rice she would cook and offer it to Kṛṣṇa. And from that, only little bit she would accept. And in this way, in pangs of loving separation, Vishnupriya Devi spent her life remembering the Supreme Lord. So, dear devotees, with so many examples that were quoted in today's discussion and different angles that we, by Krishna's dictation, we went through, there was one central theme that we were trying to approach through different stories. I hope that was clear. And that is, we are all dribbling the ball of our sadhana and seva and swadhyay, but the goalpost of our life is to attain Krishna Prema, to attain love for Radha and Krishna. And there is no other purpose to our human life. If we attain this, then we are wealthy. And if we don't attain this, even if we have very big homes, we are poverty stricken. Prema dhana bina vyartha daridra jivan dasa kore vetan more deo prema dhan. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, my Lord, please make me your servant and pay me the salary. What salary? Love for your lotus feet, without which I am poverty stricken. This is all that I want, my Lord. Nothing else apart from this. Having said this, I want to offer my obeisances to each one of you present here. Please, all of you, bless me. Whatever I have spoken, may I aspire for that in this life. And may Krishna Prema rise in our heart. There is no other purpose to our life. Everything else is insignificant. If we get Krishna Prema in our heart, then we have succeeded in this human form. Otherwise, we have to come back again in another form to develop and unlock that love of Godhead. Last but not the least, if the desire is to attain love of Godhead, then how do we attain love of Godhead is the question. Yes, it is established that that is to be attained, but how do we attain? Oh, there are multiple ways to attain love of Godhead. It is described, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabu Noy Shravanadhi Shuddha Chitte Koray Uday. By hearing from the lips of those who have developed love for Krishna and lovingly chanting Krishna's names, praying, oh holy name, please unlock my affection for Krishna. By serving and hearing Hari Katha from those who have love for Krishna and chanting Krishna's names as much as we can, these two paths will definitely unlock love for Krishna. Gaur Premanande, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Shri Radha Shyamasundar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai.